Hi, everyone. Welcome to our market update. It is Thursday, and a lot has changed, and a lot is still stay the same.
You know, there's a song that was out a long time ago, and people may not remember it, but it kind of goes with the weather right now.
How's it go?
Well, it's getting hot in here, and then the rest we can't say because it could be censored. I don't know if you remember that song. It's a really, I think it was an old song.
I wrote a song. I mean, yeah, it's getting hot in here. Take off all your clothes.
Yes, but don't say that. I mean, we don't want to promote bad, inappropriate behavior on this family show.
Well, I mean, my assumption is why you're saying that is yes, it's hot outside, and the market. I mean, it's trickling up. You're going to see by the numbers. You're going to see the clicker below. I mean, nothing's crazy. I mean, I think it's warming up, and something that we've kind of talked about. It's just a matter of how low rates go before the holidays. Because if the market, if rates go down a decent amount, but they wait till like end of October, kind of like focusing on what happens middle of September and then December, right? I don't know. I mean, the market might not get crazy hot until after the new year. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out.
You know, it's interesting, Vinnie, because even with all the rates dropping, we're seeing mortgage applications tick up, but we're seeing more people step back from the fences. Excuse me. And they're saying, oh, maybe I'll wait until it's lower. Well, I agree. The rates are going to get lower. We've been talking about this for a while. The Fed's confirmed it. It's already priced into the market now already. And when it takes effect, you'll probably see another 1/8% of it go lower. But overall, it's like people are waiting because they want to see what's going to happen. And that's always an interesting strategy in San Diego, because waiting and hoping that the market crashes that's a huge bet.
Well, so the last, 4 years, right? People have been saying the market's going to crash. The market's going to crash, right? The market's going to crash, right? And what's happened? I'm gonna put this clicker up here. I'm gonna put this little.
This is going to be depressing.
So we got our detached median home price right here, right? So every year before this even started, right? It was like, all right, that market's going to crash, and then what happened? It goes up. Okay. Oh, market's gonna crash, and then it goes up, and the market's gonna crash, and then go up.
You know, look right there, Vinny, on your graph. The interesting thing you just posed is look at the major spike in the middle of 2022. That's when interest rates immediately started spiking, and that's when the home prices started coming down. And then once they leveled off, which was in 2023, and now they're slowly dropping overall. Look at the chart.
No, I mean, I agree. So, like, I think the thing you got to really think about, right? I mean, and I hear people that are educated about it. I mean, the market is for sure different than it was in 06. And mind you, the affordability index, I've been screaming the affordability index for the last 4 or 5 years and saying, oh my gosh, when COVID happened, right? But what happened was less inventory out there, great rates, so higher demand, and it kind of pressed the market, right? So right now, rates are starting to go down. There are unknown of political climate, things like that are happening. One side, the world's going to fall apart. The other side, the world's going to fall apart. So a lot of that stuff's happening right now. But I don't know. I don't foresee. We just have such a low inventory right there. Our demand is growing every year with more people coming to San Diego.
Can I share something with you so you can maybe see it on your screen real quick?
I don't know if you have the ability to do that, do you?
I don't know. You want me to send it to you really quick? This is interesting.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
Okay, so let me go like this.
All right. While he's sending this stuff right there, I'm going to show you something too. Okay, so
this is interesting right here, because this is going to be really depressing for what you just mentioned, for affordability and for home prices and for average mortgages in San Diego for the second quarter. You can probably pull this up. There you go. I just sent it to you.
All right, so we'll see when it clicks. All right, so I'm gonna just throw some numbers there fast too while he's doing that. So the detached median price, you saw what that was. You saw a little downward trend. Interesting. Attached market, right, going down a little bit right there, right, which we've kind of already talked about the last, couple months, year or so. A lot of that's too basically insurance stuff, in my opinion.
Right? Oh my God! Wait. Because you just mentioned insurance, the insurance whole convention, committee, industry just released its data that says in 2025, expect auto insurance in California to go up by 54%, and for home insurance to also follow suit as well. That is absolutely terrible. I mean,
all right, here we go.
Us in the industry, it's already hard when you find someone a great deal to then turn around and have to get insurance only to figure, oh, wait a minute, the insurance should have been $200 a month and now it's $450.
Is that showing up?
Look at that interesting data. So when you look at that, look, California homes are about twice as expensive as a typical U.S. home. That is ridiculous. And then look at the bottom, monthly payments for a typical California home, it's nearly $6,000. Look at that. And as you look over the years, this is what's interesting. This is why I shared this with you. So look back in 2000. And then just look at the cycle. Now, if you remember, 2005 to 2008 was the mortgage meltdown crisis where everybody did fake mortgages and then everyone quit and left the industry. And then the market went into recession, and we did recession from 2008 to roughly around 2012, which is right when everything started taking back up. And now just look at since 2012 till now, look at the rate home prices are going. And the interesting thing is, if you actually pulled up this graph and went back another 20 years, you would see the same thing. So
it's interesting to look. There was that window of time, right? The bottom tier of California was actually cheaper than mid-tier U.S. homes. So the bottom tier.
That was the housing meltdown right there. Because remember that the housing meltdown in California was worse than the majority of other states. The only other state that was really bad was Florida, and that was in a lot of specific parts of Florida. So, there's always a black swan that can happen, and things can go wrong. It just doesn't seem like right now that's going to be the case. Unless we get some absurd new policies in 2025 about.
Yeah,
talk about it.
You hear stuff right now that there's going to be more grant programs, more ways of assistance. So if there's more grant programs, that's going to basically help out demand, right? And what's that going to do to pricing across the board? Yeah, it might make your current monthly payment easier, right? But that's going to push the market as a whole.
Yeah, 50 grand higher. So if you're given 25 grand as like first time buyer, your home price just easily went out 50 grand.
So it's hard. It's
tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I could be wrong. The foundation is stronger than it was in the past, and I don't foresee them trying to force a recession, right? A true recession.
No,
they'd have to be giving out.
Going to get one, and I'll tell you, if you think back, it was probably 2 years ago. I was totally wrong. I thought for sure we were going to drive ourselves into a recession, and we haven't. Even though we do have the ADP report came out, we have the slowest job growth since 2021. And then we have the least amount of job openings since 2013, which is terrible. And overall, it's like out of the 12 beige, there's 12 beige books that are released for the economy in the United States, like the 12 largest markets. All of them are in a downward trend, heading downward economically. So what does that tell you? It tells you, yeah, it's guaranteed the Fed is going to cut rates, whether it's going to be 25 or 50 basis points. Don't know. At this point, with this data that just came out like this whole week, it looks like you may get 50. If you get 50, man, that's a big score for anybody that's going to shop for homes in the fall, and they'll probably end up getting a good deal.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of moving parts. We want to educate you, keep you up to date of what's kind of going on. You're going to hear a lot of misinformation, of course, out there. But watch some of our older videos. You'll see we've been saying the same stuff, and if there's something that we're wrong about, which is probably something that we have been wrong about, but for the most part, I think we've guided through this whole process. So please, comment below, reach out, ask the questions, watch this 2 years later, and see how our predictions come about. But either way, I mean, there's never always the best time for everyone to buy or everyone to
Never a
sell.
perfect time. Never a
But
perfect
there
time.
could be a good time for you to sell or for you to buy. You just got to talk to the right person.
Do you
Any
know
last words of wisdom?
Yeah, words of wisdom. Do you know what's not misinformation?
What?
The Dolphins